The Liver King gets arrested for trying to hunt down Joe Rogan. Video by Too Lazy to Try. Man, I heard about this shit. I could not believe it. Let's go.
Because Joe Rogan.
Look at this nigga walking on all fours like a fucking animal. What's wrong with him?
We don't have to make videos to pretend anymore. All of this is happening. We're coming to you. I've challenged.
This man looks like he lives in the bushes, bro. He lives in the wilderness.
You man to man to a fight.
What is going on with his teeth?
Joe Rogan, bro. Just
why are his teeth blue?
Release me of all these other things, man. We're resting today. If I could just formally get an invitation onto Joe Rogan podcast, and I'll release myself of leaving tomorrow. But guys, we're leaving tomorrow at around 12. Joe Cohen, he's my high priest. We're supposed to be on the jet skis. Joe Cohen!
All right, so we have disgraced influencer Liver King going through a manic episode and doing a bunch of drugs and trying to hunt down Joe Rogan to fight him, which got him arrested. So this guy, he's been completely spiraling ever since he got busted for using steroids. If you remember, he gained a lot of popularity a couple of years ago, and he started making the rounds on podcasts, and he went on a lot of Joe's friends shows like The Fighter and the Kid, Birdcast, and Flagrant, and he claimed he got his physique by eating raw meat, and he would always deny taking steroids, but then he got caught spending 10 grand a month on them, and since then, he's just been going through it. Like he's
bro, if you ever believe that shit, I mean, I got a bridge to sell you. Look at his pupils, though. Someone pointed that shit out. That shit looks crazy. Look at how dilated one is and constricted one is. That's weird.
Completely lost his mind, and he's on some kind of hardcore drugs. Like one of his pupils is like twice the size of the other, and he goes on these incoherent rants all day on Instagram about how he's going to fight Joe Rogan and he's going to get on his podcast. So he's just deranged and he's desperate for attention too. And also he's pissed because Joe never wanted to have him on and he called him mentally ill, which obviously he wasn't wrong about.
Have you seen Liver King recently?
No, what's going on?
He seems like, I don't know, like borderline schizophrenic now.
Is that also, I think he was mentally ill, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
Well, I would have, listen, let me just classify my definition of mentally illness as someone who lies. I think it's a mental illness. Okay. Yeah. I think lying when it's really obvious.
I don't know if I'd say lying is a mental illness.
Yeah.
You're lying about taking steroids when it's super obvious you're on steroids. Mm-hmm. You're 46 years old. You look like a fucking superhero. And you're right. You're just super jacked. Yeah. You know, and then gets caught. Just guys, juice to the tits. Obviously. Yeah. For a guy like you or a guy like me, we look at a guy like that like, you've got to be on the juice. You don't even look remotely normal.
So I think this is a big reason why Liver King is going after Joe. And he also calls out Derek from More Plates, More Dates, who Joe was talking to there. And I think that's who exposed him for the steroid use. So Liver King blames him and Joe for his downfall. And now that he's at rock bottom and he's smoking meth or whatever he's doing, and he hasn't slept in days, like he's always talking about how tired he is and how he needs to go to sleep, he's finally ready to challenge Joe.
Bro, look at his teeth. Did you see that? You caught that? Look at his teeth, bro. What the fuck is going on with this man's teeth, bro? This shit is weird, man. Come on, open. Smile. Yeah. Show us. What the fuck is that, bro? What is that? What is he drinking? What is he eating?
He's finally ready to challenge Joe Rogan. So he keeps posting these videos like he thinks the fight is going to happen. And he keeps trying to hype it up. And he said he's going to make Joe Rogan pay. And he's ready to go to Austin to meet him, which is obviously just creepy because Joe wants nothing to do with him. You know, he didn't respond to this at all. And who knows if he was even aware of it at first. And if he was, he probably didn't really care that much. But then once Liver King showed up in Austin, then he had to take it a little more serious.
We're going to make Joe Rogan pay, Big Chud, one of us, both of us. And I'm going to make the other sleazy Derek, what's his name? And then he's going to be a better man. And when he does, we'll be like, yeah, better man. That's his last name, Derek Betterman. And then the other guy, just forget about him.
This guy's on all kinds of drugs. Gotta be.
That's how you pay. Real tension, real fight, no shame on
Why does he just have random bruises on his face? What is he doing during the day to just have that? When's the last time you just had random bruises? Now, maybe if you're into MMA or some shit like that, that's understandable, but what's going on with this guy?
Bro, shame on you. I'm going to make you pay. I am going to actually make you pay. And what you pay will be donated to good and true. I was just thinking about going to sleep. Why do you go to sleep? Well, when do you go to sleep? When you're tired. Maybe I'll sleep when I'm tired. Sleep when I'm tired. No, look, I'm not really tired because I'm in fight mode.
This man's
I'm
on
not
all
gonna go
kinds of
sleeping.
drugs.
I am going to sleep. I'm going to rest. But right now, I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight for my family, for what's right. And I'm not going to stop. And I'm going to fight until, oh, there's a cockroach right there. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Yeah. Oh, there you little cockroach friend. I'm going to make a quick video to weigh myself.
This nigga making friends with parasites and cockroaches. He's not in a good place.
Right now. In case you didn't know, I take shits on the ground. This is where I lay in the shower. I lay here on the ground. That's my enema bucket. That's my enema bucket right there. And that's what I'm about to do, is I'm gonna try and get a shit worked out. But I'm gonna weigh myself. So
This man takes enemas just to take a shit? And he's supposed to be a healthy guy?
it's official. I actually challenged Joe Rogan to a fight.
I mean, look at him.
True.
He looks like he's dying.
$1 million the loser pays to donate to a
He looks
charity.
like he's in his 60s. I'm pretty sure he's in his 40s.
Good and true of my choosing. True. Ready to go immediately. That's true. I weigh 192, maybe less. And then afterwards, I still want to invite Joe Rogan, or I'll come to his house. I'm inviting him to mine for us to have dinner.
Joe Rogan does not want to come over your house, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure Joe would love to have dinner with this guy. I mean, he's basically like a feral animal at this point. You know, he's always scampering around the woods and he has cuts all over his face and he shits on the floor. And now he's hunting down his prey, Joe Rogan, even though Joe would easily kick the shit out of this guy. But I mean, it sounds like he wants to get choked out by Joe. He keeps talking about how that would be his dream.
And you're a black belt, but you've never come across something like this. Willing to die, hoping that you'll choke me out. I pray to God, because that's a dream come true. It feels good. And then the limbs, what I'm hoping is that you, Joe Rogan, are thinking, I'm gonna choke that motherfucker out, lights out, I'm gonna choke him out. And I kind of hope that if you win, that's how it happens, because like to wake up from that dream, that's a good feeling. And then anything else that you could break on me, break it on me. I hope that you won't feel me tap. That's never
Hey,
happened.
yo, begging for another man to choke you out is crazy, bro.
Tapping.
Bro's like, oh, it's my dream to just get choked out by Joe Rogan.
That's something actually to fight for. Actually, that's my family.
And things got even more serious when he traveled to Austin with his family and he started making threats towards Joe. And then he also even had merch made. He brought a bunch of boxes of t-shirts with his and Joe's face on them. And he kept acting
Bro's like, choke me, daddy.
he was talking to Joe in these videos. So he is completely unhinged. And I don't know how his family is just going along with this. I mean, he needs to get some serious help.
Capital of Texas. What's the capital of Texas? Houston. It's Houston. Guess what? You're dead, bitch. You're dead. Dead. Because yeah. Welcome to Texas. We just got here. And this is Mace. Joe Rogan, I'd like for you to meet Doberman 1. This is Axe. You've already met him, but maybe you weren't paying attention. I'd like for my family to meet your family. This is on my family call with my family. We're bringing free Wi-Fi with us. The password is fuck you, Joe Rogan. Fuck you, Joe. But it's only one time, not twice.
Bro, this is how you know this dude was really not about shit, man. Either he wanted one of Joe Rogan's ex-Navy SEAL bodyguards to put a square in his head, or this is his desperate last attempt at trying to revive his career. Because if you really wanted to do something, if you really wanted to hurt him, why broadcast it? Why put the play-by-play on social media? You're obviously going to get caught and stopped. So I think this was all a publicity stunt, or maybe bro was really trying to have somebody take his life, bro.
So password is fuck you, Joe Rogan. Hey, Joe Rogan, I want to introduce you to Jim Riggs. Jim Riggs, this is Joe Rogan. You might know what this is, Joe Rogan. I'm going to call it Jim Riggs. A couple of things are for real. A couple of them.
Yeah, this is how you know he's crazy, bro. He printed out a picture of Joe's brand, put it on a box.
If you were to take a picture of
I mean, we already knew it was crazy long before this, but this is getting strange.
What do you see? Technology? Technology.
So then after this, the next day, law enforcement had to get involved, and Liver King was arrested for terroristic threats towards Joe Rogan, which is for the best. I mean, somebody needed to step in and get this guy to chill. Like, he definitely would have ended up hurting somebody.
We can build people, celebrate comedy's awesome. You're still great, Joe Rogan. I can be arrested. I want to fight you, real tension. It's all going to happen. I'm speaking fast now. I did plan that one.
Hey, we know.
You're not going to stop recording.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Let's just not have that on your pocket.
What? A Leatherman?
Yeah.
A Leatherman.
With a knife in it.
I know, but it's not reasonable to have a Leatherman.
They're going to take it off of you.
Okay, keep protecting me like Peter Nemeth tried to. Don't say anything. Contract, don't say anything. What did I do that's illegal? Can somebody first just tell me? Because as soon as you can do that and keep recording. Because what we do is family. You never have to be embarrassed of family. Ancestral honor, it's called reputation.
This man made merch, Joe Rogan versus Liver King.
Yeah.
I didn't realize this is how bad shit got.
Yeah, I would love it if all of that could be. Are they right outside?
Yep.
The police?
Yep.
And
They're unmarked.
How much time do you think we have? Wait, they're unmarked?
They're
How do you know the police?
Because I saw their badge.
How do you know the real badges?
Because worked in law enforcement for a very long time.
Love this family. We didn't get outside to say our prayer. If they'll be nice enough to give me 2 minutes, I ask that you please show me what I need to see today revealed to me, my family.
Bro, this nigga praying to Jesus. I think he's praying to somebody as he was plotting to kill a man. Wow.
What we need to feel to us today, please seal it into us, dear God, with the expression of action that's good and true. Framework, good and true. Dear God, please.
Yeah, so that's what the Liver King is up to. It's wild, but I guess at the same time, it's not that surprising. I mean, this guy obviously always seemed pretty crazy,
All right.
and him falling off just made him completely snap. So hopefully you can get some help, and we'll see if Rogan addresses this. He might just try to ignore it, but let me know what you guys think. And if you like this video, make sure you check out my Patreon. I'm about to post a new video about Bob.
Yeah, my guess is Joe Rogan isn't even going to talk about this shit. He won't even give him the satisfaction of acknowledging that this happened. He might have like a one-off sentence during the next podcast or some shit like that. But my bet is Joe Rogan doesn't even want to give him even that satisfaction for him to know that, you know, he was paying attention. But that's crazy, man. It shows you that clout truly is a hell of a drug. This guy, for a brief moment, a year or two, on top of the world, one of the most famous people in the fitness industry, came out of nowhere, eating cow testicles and, you know, selling supplements and talking about how sunning your balls and your asshole and shit like that is the secret to gains. Anybody asked him, oh, so you want the juice though, right? Clearly, no. This is all liver and cow testicles and getting sun and grounding. Forgot to mention the fucking vials of Tren that he's shooting in his ass every day. His wife's a piece of work too. The fact that she's like co-signing all this shit, that bitch crazy too. Shit. But hey, man, that's the situation with Liver King. I think this is the end of the Liver King. It's only going to get stranger and worse and more sad from here if he doesn't, you know, just go away.